Hi friends, this video will show you how to conduct literature review. Literature review is one of the most important steps in research process. This gives basis for your research. In this video tutorial, we will learn various types of literature review which a SVYASA student must know in order to conduct the research. Types of literature review. There are essentially two types. One is called review of ancient literature or literary review. The purpose is to gather relevant information about research topic from ancient literature, because in yoga research most often we take inspiration from our ancient scriptures and then try to conduct experimental studies in order to validate them. So it is essential to know the evidences or the concepts which are present in our ancient literature. Ancient literature essentially means various texts like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and other similar texts. This gives direction to our research grounded on fundamental concepts of yoga. The other one is review of modern scientific literature. This is to review contemporary scientific literature to find the status of our area of interest, to find out what has been done and what needs to be done. And also it is used to get methodological insights, like to know about the design which earlier experimenters have used, the various research tools which were used already, the various different kind of analysis which the researchers have done, and things like that. And also to discuss the result of our study, we require literature review, because when we present our studies and our evidences, we should compare them with respect to the other earlier studies done. For that also the literature review is useful. Now, how to do review of ancient literature? First, choose a topic of interest, preferably related to your experimental study, so that you have a connectivity between your ancient literature to your experimental study, and show that your experiment was inspired by a concept which was present in the ancient texts. And then frame a keyword or keywords, because this will define what we are going to exactly search. Like you can create, say for example, you want to study the effect of memory, the effect of yoga practice on memory. In that case you can choose a keyword like smriti and try to find out the concept of smriti according to various ancient literatures. Like that you can have various keywords, Shraddha, Medha, Guna, etc., depending upon your topic of interest. And then list out various texts which you are going to search. There are a number of texts which you may get, but in order to put a boundary to your research ancient literature review search, you must define them very clearly. What are the texts which you are going to use for your search? Like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, some Ayurvedic texts similarly. And then get those books and systematically go through all shlokas and collect relevant shlokas and their meaning. You can also use online searches if available. That will fasten your process of search. Then presentation of shlokas. To systematically present, it will be useful if you use a software called iTrans 99. So use itrans99 to type shlokas in Devanagari script and generate transliteration script. To download itrans software, you can follow this link. Then you should present the shloka systematically with the underlying conceptual flow. Don't compile the shloka and then present it. It's just not a compilation, but also you must interpret and synthesize ideas based on them. Wherever there is transliterated words, please italize them so that it looks distinct. And always remember to give reference to the source, like shloka number, the text, so that anybody who would like to refer those shloka in a different text or in detail, it should be available for them. This is an example. You can see this is how the text is presented. First you will see the Devanagari script written, and then this is what is called as transliterated version of the same shloka. So if you observe carefully, there are various diacritical marks like dash, dot, things like that. And if you are using a particular text, you must give the reference of the one. So for example, here it is given 112 shloka, and also if you think that the texts are different when you are systematically analyzing, then you must also give the name of the text. Say for example, Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 7, and followed by this you must have the meaning of that particular shloka and your interpretation. Like that, you must systematically present the shlokas and generate an idea towards your conceptual framework. Now, review of modern scientific literature. For this, choose a topic of literature review like diabetes, memory, etc. This should be related to your research topic. Then again, make a framework of the ideas and then select the keywords. The keywords should be related to your main topic. It could be memory, diabetes, cognitive deficit, fMRI, etc. So the framing of keywords can be based on the areas or that main topic which you are planning to search about, and then the key words which authors would have used in order to present their article. So special terms like the name of the disease or the tool used like fMRI, and the aspect of the study like cognitive deficit or some other problems can be highlighted as keywords. Then choose a relevant database to search, because information can be availed from various sources. So we must define from which source we are going to get the information from. So these are the various databases for literary research. PubMed, which gives you all the relevant information about medical research. Science Direct is another example of a database where you will get various information about engineering, social sciences, science, etc. And PsycInfo is a specialized database for psychology research. It is from American Psychological Association. And then, in order to organize your literature, you would need a reference manager, or also called as citation manager. So you can use a reference manager called Mendeley, which is open source and which you can freely download and use. You can download Mendeley from this link, www.mendeley.com. This reference manager will help you to organize your literature. It will help you for referencing, that is how appropriately to give the in-text reference and how to generate the bibliography in various standard reference styles like APA, Harvard, Vancouver, etc. For more details, you can refer to various other web resources for reference styles. Another common question which a student will have while doing literature search is how to get full text articles, because quite often when you do literature search you would get the abstract, but if you are interested in that article more, then you would naturally look for the full text. So what are the sources? To start with, you can use Google Scholar and ResearchGate, which is another wonderful platform where researchers share their research work, and you can get full text articles. If you don't get, what you can do is you can write to the author directly. You can get the email ID of the corresponding author from the corresponding author link and then directly write to the author. Or else you can also visit author's web page, where quite often authors would have displayed their researches and would have given a link to download the full article. This will help getting new contacts in your area of research, which is very essential for a growing researcher. Now, how to present and summarize literature. Present review of literature systematically and develop a conceptual flow, so that when you present your literature, it should sequentially develop towards your research objectives. That why do you think this research which you are going to undertake is essential? What are the lacunae in the existing literature? And what new things you are going to do? In order to develop that systematically, you would require the evidences from the literature. Evaluate both positive and negative evidences. Critically evaluate and appraise the evidences. Means you should consider both aspects of the evidences, should not neglect the negative results and push it aside. The appraisal should be based on the methods, means what kind of methods, the design which they use, which the early researcher has used to bring out their results, were they valid, are there any lacunae. All these things should be critically appraised. Then hypothesis, and then various analysis that they performed, statistical tests, and how did they infer the result, and also conclusion. You must critically appraise each and every aspect of it and synthesize your idea. And then finally, present a summary table. You can create a table highlighting the author and the various important aspects which you like to refer, like journal details, the main evidence which they brought out, methodological details like design, sample size, and tools which they used. And then you can also highlight the results, what were the main results, what were the conclusions, and your comments. So in this way, in a single page, you will have all the conclusions, all the results summarized, and which will be useful for you to have an overview of the whole area of research. Other useful resources for SVYASA student is S-VYASA digital repository. This S-VYASA digital repository is a database where you can get all the research findings and other related literature published from this university. For this, you need credential to log in. You can log on to libraryofyoga.com and you can contact the library to get access by signing in, and once they approve, you will be able to access all the published materials from this university, like various PhD, MSc, MD theses, and various literature articles published from this university. Now we are going to show you some online resources discussed in this video. iTrans 99. So for downloading this, you can just go to Google and just say iTrans 99. It will take you to this kind of website, and then you can just come down and download a stable version of iTrans 99. And there are various other versions also which you can use and download. So say for example, if you are using Windows 7 or Windows 8 compatible to them, there will be more advanced versions. So you can go through this website to get this software called iTrans 99. So this software will help you to type the Devanagari script and also to generate transliterated format. Then about the reference manager, Mendeley, you can just type Mendeley desktop and you can go to this website. You can create a free account. It requires a free account because Mendeley will also give you an online space, say for example 2 GB or 4 GB, where you can collect all your research studies papers and access them in cloud anytime you want. So once you log into this, you will get all the information about that and how to use the reference manager. There are so many tutorials available in the website which you can directly go to the website and then learn. And then these are the various databases. Say for example, this is Science Direct. Here it looks like this, and you can just type in your keyword, say for example yoga memory, and then you can search. You will get various results. You can find out various articles and you can choose one of them, and then you will get this whole page. If you are not able to get the full text article, you can get this information from corresponding authors. See if it is written email to corresponding author, so you can get this email ID and then directly mail them and try to get this particular full article. Similarly, this is PubMed database, where you will get all the articles related to medical research. Here also you can just type in and then you will get various results, and similarly you can click on them and then you can get the articles. And this is PsycInfo, specifically for psychology research. You can go to search PsycInfo and you will be taken to such kind of web page where you can give in your keywords and get the relevant information. So the keywords which you have framed are to be supplied in various of these places. So keyword plays important role in your literature search. And then ResearchGate. So ResearchGate is an online platform where you can get information and get the full text about various researchers and their research works. So you can sign in and then access those research articles. The last one is the Library of Yoga. As I said, S-VYASA digital repository. You will get the access to all the papers and other materials published from this university. So you can just click certain years, say for example, and give a search, and then you'll get various information. Say for example, you want to access particular thing, you can click on that one. You can see, you can view you can get the full PDF text and all these things. So these are the various resources which a student can avail in order to do their literature research in the best way possible. Thank you for watching this video.